Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to From Genesis to Jesus. I don't know if you've read the Bible 100 times or if this is introductory to you. You're actually wondering what Genesis is. I just want you to know that you are welcome here, and we are so glad that you joined. Just wanted to share a little story with you, I guess, personally about me. I remember, even from a very young age, even though I wasn't raised in a church, I remember grabbing this massive holy Bible off of my parents' bookshelf. And I remember a couple of times trying to turn it to that page 1 in Genesis with this commitment at such a young age that I was going to read God's word. And it did not take long for me not to make it through the end of the page. And if you fast forward many, many years, there was a season of my life where I was graduating high school and I was in between moving into college. And there was a lot of dynamic changing in my relationships and a lot of hurt and a lot of loss. There were some really sad things that were going on in my life. And again, I went and I grabbed a Bible off the bookshelf and I just prayed. I didn't even really know what I was asking for. My walk was very early, if any at all, but I just said, God, like, give me something. I'm seeking, I'm searching. And he did. He took me right to Romans 5:2, which is still to this day one of my favorite Bible verses because it's just such a reminder of how God will meet you right where you are. And that Bible verse talks about suffering. And it talks about that suffering will produce perseverance and it will produce character. And God met me right in that day to give me exactly what I needed for that moment. And he has continued to do so ever since. And so, fast forward again in 2019, that was the first time I ever read the Bible. So, if you have never read the Bible, I want you to know that you are in good company. But when I did read that Bible for the first time, it changed my life, but I understood this much. And our goal from Genesis to Jesus is just to help give this very high level overview of what you're reading when you're getting into God's word. And so, whether you've read it 100 times or you've read it zero, we want to walk you through a high level journey from Genesis all the way to Jesus. You know, the Old Testament is packed with so much good stuff that shows up in the New Testament. You know, the New Testament talks so much about Jesus, and sometimes the Old Testament gets this bad rap because of the wrath of God. But in reality, Jesus is the fulfillment of God's promise in the very beginning of Genesis. He is the fulfillment. He is the Messiah. He is the answer to the Old Testament prophecy. So journey along with us. We are so glad that you are here. I hope that you learn just a smidgen of what it's like to incorporate daily reading into your life and to have his word, his biblical truth meet you right where you are in this season of life. And we are so glad to journey along with you. I will see you soon as we start day 1.